Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Glory Olamide, as you already know. Thanks to everyone who keeps coming back. Thanks for being part of this family if you are here already. And if you haven't subscribed, do consider pressing the subscription button, and there's a bell to the right hand side. Click on it. That way you will always get notified when I post new videos. Thanks to everyone for being here. I appreciate you all. So today I've come in to discuss something I observed during this lockdown, due to COVID-19 and all of that. I observed the impact it had on people and the way various people reacted to the lockdown situation and COVID-19. On one hand, you had people who immediately, because of the changes that happened due to the lockdown, they found themselves locked in, confined in a space, which before the lockdown would have been difficult for them to do, because they have active lives and all of that. They like the outdoor space and things like that. And the impact was immediate. Some people reacted in different ways. Some had meltdowns, breakdowns, and the mental health was affected because they couldn't cope. It wasn't something anyone was used to or had planned. On the other hand, you had those who, even though there was a lockdown, they were fine, they were okay, you know. And this is not, I'm not going to separate and say extroverts or introverts, because both introverts and extroverts re- um, reacted differently. Some extroverts were fine while other extroverts were not fine. Some introverts were okay, and while others were not. So I'm not going to say, oh, extroverts found it more difficult more than introverts. Some introverts also found it difficult during the lockdown. What category do you fall into? And some find themselves, not being extroverts, not being introverts, but they are somewhere in between. They are okay chatting with lots of people, and they're also fine being being by themselves. You see, so some people said that introverts found it easier to adjust during the lockdown. I don't agree with that. I think it varies. Personality differences, everything comes in. So many factors come into this. So we can't categorically say extroverts struggled the most while introverts found it easier. No, everyone is different. We are all unique. We all react differently in different situations and things like that. I'm somewhere in between. I would say I used to be an introvert in my past life. I would say yes, I was an introvert all the way 100%, but now I'm not 100% an introvert anymore. How that changed, I don't know. That's a story for another time. The brain, the brain plasticity and all of that, the way the brain works and all of that. So I'm not I'm no longer an introvert like I used to be. And I'm not an extreme extrovert, so I can say I'm in between. I'm happy to be out there chatting, doing what I need to do. And when I need to, I'm also happy to sit down, get my job done. So while speaking to different people, I noticed the reaction. Everyone reacted, everyone coped differently. And now the lockdown has eased off. Some people still are finding it difficult to adjust because you can't really go back to your life as normal. I'm a trained secondary school teacher, so before the lockdown, I was at school every day, going to work, coming back, and all of that. So during the lockdown, I kind of, because I've already had a busy life, I was happy to have the time to reflect and get on with other work that I have to do, because I also coach. I'm a life coach as well. So I use the opportunity to create to create a lot of things, courses and all of that. So the lockdown, pardon me, gave me that opportunity to plan, write, and do a lot of work that I wouldn't have had time to do before the lockdown. So I was active, I was, you know, productive during the lockdown. I did a lot, but when I had the chance to speak to excuse me, other people, they struggled. And I started to look at why, personality, the differences in people's personality, and different factors in the environment, different things came into play. And I'm like, wow, I think it's something that needs to be discussed. Whatever category you find yourself, wherever you fall into, your mental health comes first. The first thing you must do is to take care of your mental health. After I completed everything I needed to do, all the goals I had set, I found myself with nothing to do, and I'm like, what do I do with the rest of my time? And I found out that I started getting like restless, like, I'm not the type to just sit down and watch TV. It gets too much because I'm a high achiever. I have to achieve. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to set goals, meet them, and move on to the next. I don't just sit down. If I have to sit down, it's because I've completed everything that needs to be done. So that week, I had nothing. I'm like, I had to, like, oh, what do I do? And I found myself being moody. I'm like, oh, this, even complaining a lot. And I'm like, what's happening here? And then I had time to reflect. I'm like, wow, this has happened because I wasn't as busy. I have to have something doing. I wasn't as busy, that week. I wasn't, even though I woke up early, my normal time and everything, and there was nothing to get to challenge my brain, if you see what I mean. I like my brain to be challenged. I like to do things. I got a book to read, and I finished the book in no time, and I'm like, what next? What's the next thing to achieve? What's the next target? And I'm like, wow, Glory, you have to relax. Just relax. So I thought to do this video for anyone out there who may be beating themselves up. Your mental health is more important. I've written a book on mental health, by the way. It's on Amazon. It's titled Behind the Veil, removing the stigma, destigmatization of mental health. That's removing the stigma from mental health, because there are some people who struggle. You may not have it as bad as others. It doesn't mean they should be shamed because of what they have to go through or anything like that. We're all different, and people experience it different times in their lives. So I thought to share some tips to help anyone out there who may have struggled or who is struggling at the moment with the lockdown and the easing off of the lockdown, and trying to cope with the new normal. So I've written some points here, and I hope would help you. If you find yourself struggling in any way, it doesn't mean that you have severe mental health problems and all of that. No. Number one, don't be in denial. Accept your situation. Try to sit down and reflect. What changed? Why am I behaving this way? What's happening? Or what happened? Try to identify what the problem may be. Okay? Talk to someone about how you feel. Anyone you trust, someone around you trust, that you can confide in. Go to them and say, I'm not sure why I'm feeling this way. Or if you are sure, why, discuss it with them as well. A problem shared, as you all know, this saying, is half solved. So talk to someone about how you're feeling and discuss it extensively. you know. Once you've done that, one thing I also found that week that I said I felt I didn't have much to do, and I was like, twitching my hands, what do I do next, and all of that. Exercise. Go out there, go and receive some sunlight. If you are opportune to live in a sunny country, go out there, receive some sunlight. It's very good. Exercise, the fresh air, open door, the outdoor is good. During the lockdown, we were only allowed to go out once a day. So in my family, we used that time to go out for walks, which we found refreshing. So go out there, exercise yourself. You don't have to be like an athlete, very fit, run fast and all that. Just go out for a walk, simple walk and all of that. That's good. It's refreshing and it's a change of environment. I found that to be very helpful, you know. And the other thing, that I observed is healthy eating. Like if you eat certain kinds of food, for me anyway, if I eat certain kinds of foods, I find that I'm sluggish. I'm not as, active, and I just find my brain I just want to like sleep. Some foods make you sleep, right? Especially when it's full of carbs. You just want to sleep, lie down and things. So that's not good as well. That doesn't help. It makes you even moody, and you're like, oh, I haven't accomplished everything I set out to do today. But start to introduce healthy eating, the vegetables. You know what you love to eat. I'm not going to advise you on what to eat. So introduce healthy eating if you haven't started already. That will be beneficial. And lots of water. We can't emphasize that enough. Okay, drink lots of water. That would really help as well to flush things out and just keep things running and moving smoothly and all of that. The fifth point, I've shared 4 points so far. The first one, talk about how you, no, the first one, identify what may have caused it. Second tip, talk about how you feel with someone you trust or you're comfortable with. Number three, exercise. Tip number four, healthy eating. Are you taking notes? Take notes, healthy eating. And then tip number five, connect with your friends and family. No man is an island. Go out there, make a phone call. Now in the UK, you're allowed to meet up. At least I think meet up family with a different family or something, or six in it. I can't remember the exact number, but now you can meet up. You can even just sensibly anyway, you can meet up. So connect. If it's by phone, call someone, or you want to meet up with a friend, you can meet up with someone, just chat, just take your mind. That would help take your mind off whatever it is that has been bugging you or keeping you down. And then tip number, what number are we on? The next tip anyway is to ask for help. Ask for help when you need it. If you find, like I said, for 1 week, that week that I wasn't as active as previous weeks and all of that, you know, ask for help. If you find that your low mood goes beyond the normal, because for that week, was just like a few hours and it was over, because I quickly identified it that because I was bored, I was so bored. But if you find that yours is going beyond boredom and it lingers on beyond days and weeks and all of that, then you know that you need to ask for help. I was just like bored. So, boredom can be fixed quickly, and that's it, it goes. And I knew I needed to set a new goal or target to keep me busy, because my children are big now. They don't really need me there all the time. They take care of themselves and stuff. So I need to occupy my own time with other things. So boredom, that quickly left and I moved on. But if you find that This yours is not just boredom, there are other things, and the feeling lingers and stays on and on. Ask for help. Okay? Ask for help. Don't be shy. There are so many people out there, lots of professionals out there to help you. I studied psychology, so that gave me an insight into how these things work with mental health. That's where my interest in mental health came up from. And I thought to talk about it, address some issues, let people know that there's help out there. You're not alone, there is a lot of help. So ask for help. The next tip is take breaks. If you are, we had no choice but to take a long break during the COVID-19 lockdown, didn't we? And some of us struggle with that break. But when you are back to your normal life and things, and you feel that things are getting too much, take a break. Yeah, okay, it's okay, take a break. Ask to take a break. If you work somewhere and you feel the strain of it and everything, you can take leave, can't you? You can apply, take leave and all of that. Take breaks. During this lockdown, even though it's been eased off, and you find you are too busy, because I found myself, I was always researching and doing things on my laptop, and for long periods of time, and I took breaks different at different times, so it's okay. Don't overwork yourself. Take breaks. That's all right. Also, do something you enjoy. The next tip, do something you enjoy doing. I enjoy going for walks by the seaside, and I'm lucky to have one very close to where I live, very close to my home. Literally 2 minutes walk, and I'm there. So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy making meals, nice, nutritious, delicious meals for my family. I enjoy chatting with friends. I enjoy helping people, coaching them and making sure they meet their goals. So where you are now, helping them go from their current situation to the goal they have set, or we have set together. I enjoy doing things like that. So those things keep me motivated, they keep me going and all of that. So you find out what you love, what you enjoy doing, and go for it. Do it to help you. Now, be kind. The next tip, be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up and don't say, why am I feeling this way? Am I the only one in this situation? Why, how come they don't, don't compare yourself and say they and I and all of that. Don't say why, how come and all of that. You are different from them. Don't beat yourself up. That's not going to help. That's not going to improve the situation. It's not going to make it better. So be kind to yourself. That's my next tip. Remember, show yourself some self compassion. Hug yourself where possible. It's a good thing. Give yourself a tight hug and say, you have done well. You have done well. Look at your experiences, the wins you've had, you know, look at the areas where you've done very well, your achievements, and say, wow, did I do that? Did I accomplish that? Look at the good times and be grateful. Enjoy the air, go out and show gratitude for what we have, the air, sunlight. Even when it rains, be grateful for it. Get your journal, write 10 things in one day. What can you look at? What are you grateful for today? Write them down in your journal and say thank you for these 10 things, and see how your mood lifts up, and you change from having that negative mindset to a more positive one. The last tip I'm going to share with you today is to care for others. Sometimes you find that when you, even though you don't have something you are still looking for, you still want it, you still don't have it. When you start to care for other people, showing care, showing compassion, you feel better, right? Though you haven't arrived, you haven't achieved what you want, your own goal, but helping someone else achieve their goal, helping someone else achieve, something gives you a lot of satisfaction. That's why I love my job as a coach, as a purpose coach, a life coach. I help other women. Specifically, I work with women and I help them move them from blocks. They have all these, some have blocks, things they have maybe struggling with, and they're not sure how to move on to the next step or next stage. And then we sit down together. I work as a facilitator and we look at it. We have different perspectives. And then when you have somebody else look at it from a with a fresh eye, it opens your mind and like, wow, okay, I didn't know I could do this before. And it keeps you motivated and you're able to move on from that, from being stuck, from that blockage, and then you move on to your goals, to achieving your goals. So that's what I do. If you would like to work with me, I would leave a link in the description box how you can get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to work with you, to move you on from whatever it is. Do you know what your purpose is? You're not sure? Let's work together. Let's see how we can remove that blockage and help you get there, just like so many other women have, so many other people have. You too can do it. And remember, your mental health is important. I can't emphasize that enough. Take walks. When I finish this video, I'm going to be going out with my family for a walk. I'm going to be spending the rest of the day with them, just playing, laughing, and ensuring everyone is fine. So I thought to share this video with you today before I start all that. Also, new on TikTok. Anyone here on TikTok, go on to TikTok and follow me. I'm Glorious Glow Empowerment there as well. Take care till I come your way again. Take care of yourself. Bye.